I think we're live. Bumper going on. We're going to talk about Medicare for All. Lord have mercy. Okay, bumper going. All right, guys. We are back on the Dr. Daliah Show. Thank you all for tuning in. 1-877-DOC-DALI, 1-877-DOC-DALI. I've already kind of weighed in on this whole Medicare for All, and nobody seems to be listening to me. So we're Facebook Living this again, because I just think somebody needs to consult a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist, dentist. Can somebody kind of consult us before you start promising the farm to everybody? You know, that term, why? Buy the cow when you get the milk for free. I mean, there's some relevance to this. Let's back up for a second here. Why buy the cow if you get the milk for free? It's kind of never made sense to me, that whole phrase. But for Medicare for All, some of you guys are on Medicare and you love it. Some of you people are like, you know what, Medicare works for me. I'm good with that. Let everybody have it. Some of you are like, oh, hell no. I like my insurance. Some of you are like, well, the deductibles stink. The, copays stink. I'm not really getting the medications I want. So why am I paying $1,200 a month for my premiums? Why not just, enjoy what the government can provide? Well, how much do you guys pay right now for Medicare? I mean, will this work? It's so easy to promise stuff. When people campaign, it's so easy to promise, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do Medicare for all, or we're going to repeal Obamacare. Promises go left and right all the time. So let's break this down. How much you guys pay for Medicare now? You don't know, do you? I think it's like 1.45%, and then your employer pays the other 1.45%, so it's like 2.9% total. So let's say I'm self-employed. I have to cover what the employer is paying. So let's say I make $100,000 a year. 2.9% is what? $290. That's what I'm paying for Medicare right now. So, when I become Medicare age, God willing, I'm probably going to need a hemorrhoidectomy. Definitely going to need my hysterectomy. I'll probably have a couple cases of super gonorrhea because they say seniors are really out there, playing the field. So if Corey leaves me, oh my gosh, hell yeah, I'm going to be all over the place. So one shot of penicillin is enough to, that'd be for syphilis. But yeah, I'm expecting to get an STD in my senior years. I mean, why not? I'm going to live. That $290 I'm paying now a year barely touches it. So, Bernie Sanders had suggested, we raise income tax on employers about 6.5%. I think raise income tax on employees by 2.2%. I just don't see where the money's going to be. But it's not even a money thing. Okay, as a doctor, let me kind of break stuff down for you guys. One fear I have in terms of Medicare for All is there's not a lot of doctors out there that want to take Medicare patients. And again, I kind of tell you the behind the scenes sort of thing. So, I'm a family doc. So let's see how my practice went. Okay. I have a teenager who has a cough. All right. Teenagers don't want to talk to you. So that office visit, pretty damn fast. I could be out of there in 10, 15 minutes. Yet 85-year-old great grandpa who has knee pain and CHF and early Parkinson's. I know people say, well, a lot of older people have dementia, so you don't have to talk to them. No. You talk to them. Okay. First of all, most old people don't have dementia. And second, you still talk to them. You still take care of them. All right. But I got to tell you something. You guys don't realize this. You know who's the least paid doctor out there? The least paid doctors out there are pediatricians. I mean, go figure. Just like teachers are the least paid for what they do. We really undertreat the people that take care of our kids. So pediatricians make the least amount of money. And you're like, well, why is that? That makes no sense. A kid is quick. Has a sore throat, look at the throat, look at the diaper rash, tell them to get the hell out. Well, the reason why I think pediatricians make the least amount of money is they can't see as many patients as a family doctor can, or even a geriatrician, because the parents come in and they ask a lot of questions. And not only the parents, but the aunt or the grandma or the mother-in-law. So every time I would see a pediatric patient, my nurses are like, oh, that's okay. It's like a quick ear infection. We could fit them in between your 2 pap smears. And I'm like, well, no, because how many people are in the room? It's very, very interesting, especially with the new moms. So you have the new mom sitting there, right? And then you have grandma, and then you have the other grandma, the mother-in-law. And everybody tries to peacock, right, their medical knowledge to the doctor. So I'm looking at the kid. I think the kid might have a otitis media or an ear infection. So I go, okay, well, would like to do some antibiotics. Okay, well, great grandma pipes in going, well, we used to use molasses and stick it on the eardrum, and that used to work lickety split. And I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. And I look down at daughter, who's the new mom, and she's looking at me like, please help. Okay, because I get this every day, and, I just want to treat my baby the way I want to treat my baby. So I got to play both sides because you can't tick off a mother-in-law. You took off a mother-in-law, oh my God. Okay, you are done for. So I'm like, well, the molasses thing may work. I like molasses, but I'm going to use a third-generation cephalosporin, or I may use a Wachs clav instead. And then, she's, they strut a little bit when they kind of like get a little, and I'm like, but I love the idea of using natural, God gave us a lot of things on this earth. And then you start kind of, agreeing with them and you engage them and all that. But then mom, first grandma steps in. And then the other problem we have with pediatrics is everybody asks the same question, but in different ways. So I have a kid with a fever. So I'm like, all right, so you're going to give Tylenol and then you could alternate with, some Motrin. Then mom's like, okay, so you want me to alternate Tylenol with Motrin like every 3-4 hours? Yeah. Then grandma's like, well, what about ibuprofen? I'm like, well, ibuprofen is Motrin. So what should I do with the ibuprofen? You could alternate the ibuprofen with the Motrin. Then great grandma goes, okay, so what? And you're like, oh my God, can I just have one proxy? Can I just have one person to explain all this to? Okay, and then finally everybody leaves, but then always somebody forgets to ask something. And the pediatricians are nicer than those family docs. The pediatricians are like, no problem, just, take your time, take your time. I'm like, look, I got to sew somebody up in room 2. I got a possible MI in room 3. Are you guys, do you have all your questions answered? Are you good? Are you good? People ask me if I'm upset that people go to Google. No, I don't. If you want to go to Google, I'm totally okay with that. I mean, if you're going to ask me the same question 3-4 times, please let Google, take some of that, weight off my shoulders, but I have no problem with that because, I have to see 4 or 5 patients an hour. So it works out. So anyway, Medicare for all. I don't think we're going to have enough doctors that's going to, put up with all that. People are already fleeing left and right. 1-877-Daliah, don't go away.